Most welcome to the voice of evolution, the voice of light. I wonder if humanity has really lost its identity and living in mass hypnosis, mass neurosis, because that is what 2020 demonstrates unless we completely change over our heart drive and move into the eternal computer mechanics, the eternal computer mechanics that override the old chemistry, that override the old scientific values, that override anything that was ever known to us. This month of May actually is such a great month to come to the point of everything that pops up like popcorn in your brains. Because if we need anything in this great pandemic that is happening, I'm so happy it's happening because I see the values. I don't see anything else because my consciousness is over the matrix. My consciousness is on the other side of Earth, on light Earth, and thus in evolution also turn the continuum. Once you move your essence back into the continuum, there's only adding and adding and adding to the equation, and so you have the option to really change on an everyday level, and that is termed simply upgrades. So if humanity still lives in mass hypnosis, they essentially lost the 5 most important gates in this universe, which are the gates to their seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling. All these senses have gone lost because if you live in a higher level degrees of distress, depression, fear, hate, and anger, then you give actually all your potential, all your power away to the outside world. While when the inside world has been polished, the outside world changes anyways, because the universe is bringing it to true, and nobody, no entity, no army can kick the universal orders out of order. Once you get that into your brains, then it's time to think how you can polish and to really find a good general, like in the army, that conducts all his soldiers, or all your faculties within, all your passion, all your potential, then you are driving a road that is unstoppable. So it's about all unlocking your efforts, and so you can unlock the masses and you can assist the masses. So that is really coming down to unsettling the mind, unsettling subconsciousness levels, and really going deep within. And it's like whenever we see our body as a chemistry of cells, then we can also start to understand that that organic composition is ready to move into a new organic composition, which is actually moving with the extra potentials of the continuum. So there's no more such a thing as extraterrestrials. All the extras are gone. The terrestrials are down here for you to see if your eyes want to be opened. So also, how do you want to work on a pineal gland, that is a so-called third eye, in which you get a few first visions and then move up into the higher levels of opening your eyes, when your body contracts are still moving into the old, when your brain contracts are still moving into the matrix. That is useless word and work. word and word needs to go together to actually establish your own support system. When you have your own support system, there is nothing that you can that can stop you actually. So you need to allow the storms within self to come up into the surface in order to delete them and get some good, realistic techniques in that assist you to immediately pop them out, zip them out, evaporate them, whatever you like. But technique is being needed. We cannot rely any longer on old scientists because they are moving far behind humanity. Humanity is rising into knowledge, into the equations of the higher intelligence, and thus working with many planets, working with many galaxies and universes, and getting that communication done gives us new mathematics, new geometric patterns, gives us a new way of relating to the body. And so I would truly advise to whenever you really want to move out of that old composition and release the mind in order for your brain composition to come to the forefront full force, meaning you can align to the forces in the galaxy, in space actually. And so these storms within self that are angers, sadness, fears, or whatever that is, as a negation of reality and negative emotion, they automatically will respond to some responsibility you need to take. So I can't imagine myself talking to sad people, anger people, whatever there is, because I would run wild. I would run away because it just digests into the lower worlds, the lower mentality, which we don't need, which we need to leave. So it is a time actually that we reveal character, and character attitudes can be polished every day. And so we need to cultivate a new human embodiment, and we need to teach self actually to reach that peak on the mountaintop, right? The peak on the mountaintop. So I also have some good ideas here that that some conceptual communication is coming to the more philosophical rooms in space and also on the ground floor when coming back in terms to real communication between people after this lockdown. And I think we're going to be willing to find more people that are tuned in to divine forces and within self, to the one. So it's almost the force, when you feel the divine force within in your heart center, that really hurts. That is like a very high level beat, and so you will not be able to digest any lower level mentality anymore. So I see actually a big shift in relationships where everything is going to move on equality, which is a necessity because we've had a few months in the lockdown to really polish self and take responsibility through meditation, which is actually communicating with self. And that is something really important to get that down into self. Like whenever you go into society, you go to a shop or you going for a drink, whatever, it is so beautiful when you prepare before going outdoors. Prepare and settle that through your thought forms and through your universal alignments or your light body, and really settle in to thought patterns, what you would like to experience, and that exactitude may just stream in so you can catapult everything out which you do not longer want to digest actually. And that is massive important, and that's in a way that's a way to balance out actually in society and not dig down into manipulative concepts. So anything that damages really the chemistry of our essence, that automatically will lead to what? To electric malfunctioning. As I said, the neurosis of 2020, the malfunctioning in brains is coming outdoors. So be prepared to protect yourself through your own meditational alignment and get your codes, your geometric realignments. And because I do not agree one single inch with what is being paved, like we can restructure the brain completely through moving into a light field and moving into the dream factors, or having a vision of the future and getting that in the present, and all that old stuff, that old communication. Yes, it will to some level assist you to create a new reality, but when moving in the old solar body and not getting your new sun stream in, how will you get into the universal sun, into Orion, Sirius AB, into Pegasus? I mean, just look at all the astrology that is playing out on YouTube. It's a disaster. Month after month, it's the same old cycle story. So that lets you know it doesn't function anymore. We are in the new galactic universal cycles, gathering everybody who moves out that old astrology. So because it malfunctions and it doesn't really align to our chemistry, so the world around us is completely sick as we know it. But if you give attention to it, you will get as sick as that world. So create your new world, get into the crystalline measurements, the crystalline grids, and teach yourself about it. Listen maybe to the video I have about the grids. There's so much information about what it does to your life, because you can change the entire hood, not to name your family, schools, everything with it. It is just aligning and then keeping yourself out of trouble, because when wearing these grids and becoming multidimensional, your energy goes a few miles out and nobody can kick that down. Are you getting that? So teach yourself about those grids, align to them. Ask your source to teach you if you do not want to integrate any online. And so here, the psychological disturbances we all have up there, they must leave, because we are actually living the age of pure mastery, mastering the brain waves, mastering your energy, mastering your biology. And then, yes, I would certainly suggest, when eliminating all the old emotions through the body, eliminate all the junk food, eliminate the crap, because the crap in your brains cannot leave if you don't eliminate the crap in your intestinal tracts, in your liver, to your blood circulation. All that has consciousness. Everything is consciousness. So we're not leaving the old paradigms of the food industry, of the mental health industry, of your psychology. How will you ever become the power general of your brains? Okay, so get your armies in, get your new faculties in, and reach out to simply maybe write down what your issues are. Most of the time we all know that, but we do not want to confront ourselves with these issues. So I have here a modern day ancient ritual written down, and I think it's about 100 pages or something less. But then you can really readjust and realize what needs to go from yourself in order to catapult self into a complete new life, density free, free from the old societal environment. And that is where we're all moving into together, with good communication, intelligence, and a higher level of knowledge. And that is the new chemistry, in which we will automatically leave the old cellular structure for a new construction, which I teach in my 7-day seminars, because that is going celestial, universal, into the beyond, where we need to be and to get it in order to ground it with what the universe is bringing through right now.